What's up, everybody? It's Real Cool Adventures. Once again, I want to thank you for smashing that subscribe button and turn the notifications on for upcoming events. But today, we're going to show you the best way to catch bull mud minnows. First of all, I have two different cast nets, so I want to show you the difference. This one's called a 1/4 inch mesh, okay? So you take a number 2 pencil, see how it barely fits in there? That's the right diameter, circumference, whatever you want to call it, of 1/4 of an inch. If you get into 3/8 or 1/2 an inch, it's larger like this. And what the problem is, see how the pencil just goes through and there's all that play in it? These minnows that we're targeting, almost any minnow in the world, you want to use 1/4 inch mesh because the heads, the body will either slip through the larger mesh or it'll get stuck and hung up and the minnow will die fairly quick. So once again, we have this 1/4 inch mesh. I've got a lead line on it, or lead weight, excuse me. It's a small 3.5 foot net. You can get them at Walmart. They're really cheap. These are actually made in a machine. And the way you can tell is the more high quality nets, see this seam right here? The real high dollar ones don't have that seam. But for what we're doing, it doesn't matter. We're casting minnows in fresh water. There's clams, there's all types of sharp stuff, glass, shopping carts, stumps, body parts, I don't even know what, but it's in here. So it's a lot, you know, you have a better day if you tear this net rather than the one that's $150, $180. So that's enough about the net. Now we're going to show you how to spot them, locate them, and then we're going to target them, put them in a bucket with a bubbler. Then we're going to take them and we're going to catch peacock bass. This is the best bait, in my opinion, for largemouth and peacock bass in Florida. And another thing is they're really tough, really durable. So if you have children and you're fishing with them and you're used to using shiners or shad, you get one shot with a shiner or shad. You cast it, it's such a nice soft bait, you throw it out there, it hits the water, it's dead. With these bull mud minnows, you can get multiple casts, you can beat them up, they're hard to kill, and if you don't catch anything, you can take them home, literally leave them in the bucket at the side of your house and go fish the next day because they live in stagnant hot water. They love it. So all I do is I'm taking a white bucket like this, I've got my bubbler tube thing in there and that little stone, leave that in the bottom. I'm gonna take some water, I'm gonna throw it in here, but then I forgot a net, or I don't have a top for this, so what I do a lot of times, these minnows will jump out. So I just take a little bit of the weeds that are in the water here and they float on the surface and that blocks them from jumping out so until we get to our location to go fishing. So let's get into it. And if you've watched some of our other videos, this is like our little honey hole of danger.
It's also where we got attacked by the snake.
Yeah, right there. But spot holds a lot of bait. Everything loves this spot. I'm gonna grab some water. Oh! When you're trying to locate these bull mud minnows, the ideal place is to find like this eelgrass that has white sand. The white sand gets a nice little algae coat on the top of it, and little worms eat that. And these bull mud minnows, they love to congregate in that type of environment, and they can feed on those little worms. Another spot, if you don't have a spot like this, smooth concrete, also like a boat ramp, holds them really well. So I'm just gonna add my water here, and I'm gonna go grab another bucket of water, and you know, not really high. So I wanna get them right away into water, and then I can transport them into here. Oh, holy Cam, come here, look at this, the size of this snake. These snakes are really aggressive. Watch your step, seriously. See where my finger is? See how fat that guy is? He's sitting there waiting to ambush somebody. But the good news is I spotted a bunch of bull mud minnows right here. We're gonna stay away from that moccasin or big banded water snake. I'm not sure what it is. He's camouflaged in there, but I'm just gonna assume that he's dangerous, but I wanna catch those guys. He wants me to catch those guys. So I'm gonna catch them, get them in the truck away from him before I get bit, and then we're going fishing. Yep, spring bling. Thing scared the crap out of me. All right, so I've got this. What's your step over there? You see him? It's a nice one. That's another reason we wear these stupid boots. People make fun of me all over wearing these boots, but that might save your life. Now, another thing, you can keep about 10 of these for every gallon. It's a 5-gallon bucket, so do the math on that. Well, I can't do the math on that, I'm actually thinking about it, but that's about the ratio to keep them alive. If you put too many in them, they will excrete ammonia and kill themselves. I'm not trying to do that. All right, where's that snake? Where was I? I was telling Cam a minute ago before he pulled up, for some reason they've got a really good sense of smell. And a lot of times if you're doing this, you don't want to leave fish in your cast net up on the shore, because that little guy right there will find them within minutes, and you'll go to grab your net and you might get bit. Whether it's poisonous or not, you don't want to get bit. But anyway, this is the part I was talking about with the stumps. So there's a stump there. I'm going to try to flush those fish away from that stump. Keep an eye on the snake there. Make a cast. We'll be on our way. Keep an eye out for other snakes. There they are. Not the best cast in the world, but it'll work. And you just jig it like this. Now they've got bull mud minnows right there. That's it. Just go like that, put them in there, shake it out. Like I said, you don't want to leave them in the net because the snake will find them. Come in on me right here. Check it out. That's what they look like. These are nice big bull mud minnows. Great peacock bait. One cast, caught all those. We're gonna go ahead and put them in the bait well. A little sidetracked because there's snakes, but we're good. This net on my way. Here we go. Watch this. See if you guys can count how many I got in one cast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Awesome.
How much would that have cost at the store?
Yeah, so that's a good point. Now, if you're to buy wild shiners, they average about 90 cents a piece, depending on where you get them. However many that was, those are like dollar bills. We just saved 20 bucks right there. Now, I don't feel comfortable in that spot because there are snakes there. We're gonna go ahead and drive down the canal bank and just show you, except that boat just waked it and screwed everything up, but whatever. We're gonna show you how to find them. The way I spot them with a car. Also, you can do this, if you get up early in the morning, it's really easy to do this at night. If you come here in the dark and take a spotlight, you can literally drive along the canal bank, shine your light, and they will not move, cast it and be on your way. So what I'm doing, I'm just driving around. I'm looking for basically the same type of situation we had back there, but with less predators. There's a bird there. Birds, wildlife are always a good sign. I don't care if you're catching pilchards on the beach, mullet, anything. When you see birds, there's fish there. Now, another thing is, after the bass have spawned out and had babies, I don't like to do this when there's small bass around, because your bycatch, you could they blend in together. You could accidentally kill a little largemouth bass, but we're pre-spawn. They haven't laid their eggs yet. I think we're safe. I'm gonna actually walk in the water and see if I can flush them out. Sometimes you can't see them until they move. These things look like little fingers. Finger food. I'm trying to scare them. If you wade in the water, a lot of times they're so camouflaged that sometimes you drive by them and you have to scare them to show themselves. They'll ball up, then you can grab the cast net and hit them. Ooh, here they are. Walk up here and mark them for me, and I'll go grab the cast net. Maybe we should try to eat one of these. Everything else eats them. Bam. Now, it's real critical when you give it a little hard yank, curl the bottom of that net, and just like that, we're in business. Check that out. Nice, big candies. The guy that actually taught me this started a company. There's no live bait needed. And the stuff he built is to mimic these. He's the one that actually taught me how good these were down south. And anyway, I'm like, oh, bro. All right, Oh no, truck's gonna smell good. Now this is, to me, is the ideal size like that. Nice little candy. Get a 1/0 hook in it. I like to use the owner, light wire hook. But enough about that. I'm gonna grab one of my favorite lures and show you how tangled up I can get. What I think this is mimicking. So for brackish water, freshwater, this is my go-to lure. In my opinion, that looks very similar. Same body style, shape, same action, same shine. And if you don't like that, you're out of your mind. So that's my go-to artificial. And then I got this guy. All right, so I just went ahead and I plucked some of this eelgrass out of here. And the reason is, when you're sticking your hands in these buckets and I take this lid off, they're gonna jump out. This puts like a little layer of grass on the top and it deflects them. And if I can even get it in there, little jokers are trying to jump out. And it floats right on top like that. Now, if you wanna see what eats these, make sure you click the subscribe button, turn notifications on for the next video that's coming out. We're gonna show you what we caught on these. We'll get back to that in a minute. But for now, that's all we got. That's a bull mud minnow, and we'll see you on the next adventure.